guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Brianna and happy April. In today's video, we are going to be building my April TBR using my TBR jar prompts. I made this TBR jar several months ago, so if anyone has any new prompts you think I should add to it, please comment them down below. And yeah, I should just get to picking these prompts and make this video short and sweet. Basically, I'm probably going to choose 8 prompts from here, I think, to add on to my books that I already have planned to read in April. After we choose the prompts, I will take you over to my TBR shelf and we will pick out the books together, and then I will go through every single book that I choose to read in April. Let's just get into it. Prompt number 1. A book with a one-word title. That might be hard to find, but I feel confident there has to be one on my extensive TBR. And if there's not, we will just choose a different prompt when we get there. Prompt number 2. A book with animals on the cover. Okay, I feel like we got this one last month, or maybe it wasn't last month, but a previous month. I feel like we've gotten this one before, so again, I feel like there should be some contenders for that. Prompt number 3. Ooh, I don't know if this one has ever been unwrapped before. A book by a favorite author. Okay, no, I feel like that definitely has to have been picked before. To be honest, I'm not sure what exactly is all on my TBR, but there's gotta be one by an author that I like. Prompt number 4. Oh gosh. Most recent book purchase. That might actually be a little difficult because I've been on a book buying ban, so I literally can't remember like what is the most recent book I bought. I'll do my best though to choose what it is. Prompt number 5. A fantasy book set in the real world. Interesting. Okay, this is a good prompt, and this one might take me a minute to just figure out like what fantasy books I have that can even be in our world. Prompt number 6. A book from an author you have never read before. Okay, love that one because I feel like there's a lot on my TBR and I love trying out new authors to see what I end up enjoying. Prompt number 7. A book that you have been avoiding. Okay, we are getting some really good prompts this month, I feel like. Just like to get books off of my TBR that might have been building up. And last prompt, prompt number 8. Oh, I have one that I want. Start a new series. Okay. I have this thing, you guys. I am currently in the middle of a few different series, so I've been telling myself for the past few months, like, I don't want to start a new series until I finish a series that I've already started. So, like, I've been telling my husband, I've been telling myself, I'm like, nope, I can't start a new series no matter how much I want to, because, like, I have a few series in mind that I really want to start. Oh, I feel like I have to choose a new prompt. I'm sorry, TBR jar. I know I should stick to you, but I just need to get through the series I'm already in the middle of. Okay, new prompt number 8. Millionaire romance. Okay, I definitely have some that could definitely work for this. Alrighty, so now that I have chosen my 8 TBR jar prompts, I'm going to bring you over to my TBR and we're going to try and find books that fit these prompts. Alright, so the first prompt we got was a book with a one-word title, so I just need to look at my shelf and see if we even have any books. Okay, so just after going through my books here on my shelf, I found 2 with one-word titles. The first is Fable by Adrienne Young, and this would be my 3rd time attempting to read this book. I have soft DNF'd it twice now. I think I usually get like 50 to 100 pages and I'm just bored. I don't really understand what's going on. So I feel like this would be a good contender just to try and get it off my TBR, but it is a duology, and as I was saying earlier, I don't really know if I want to start any new series right now, which like 2 books isn't much of a commitment, but still, I'm like, I should just finish the other books first. But I think the book I'm going to go with is Spiral by Paul Cabra. I read Collide in March, so this is the second book in that little interconnected standalone hockey romance series, and I did really enjoy Collide, so I think that this one would be a good pick. And even though I feel like April is going to be kind of a romance heavy month for me, it's just kind of what I'm in the mood for too. So let's read this one. The next prompt we got was a book with animals on the cover. Let's see. Okay, again, I found two contenders for this prompt. The first one is The Long Game. Obviously, we have a cat. Oh, actually, there's two cats and a goat, so that's pretty cute. I love cats. I have 3 cats myself, so I know this one came out a while ago at this point. It's been on my TBR for a long time, and this is by the same author as The Spanish Love Deception, and I feel like I really enjoyed that. It was probably like 2021 or early 2022 when I read that, so I feel like my reading tastes might have changed since I read that author, so this one could be interesting to pick up. And then we also have The Wedding Engagement by Zoe Allison, and it has like a little, what are they called? Like Highland cows on the cover, which is super cute. I've never read anything by this author. I feel like this book is fairly new. I don't know what one to go with, you guys. Okay, after thinking about it, I am gonna go with The Long Game because again, this has been on my TBR for a lot longer, and I know I liked this author's writing at one point, so let's give it a shot. The next prompt was a book by a favorite author. Right off the bat, I'm seeing The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez, and also Abby Jimenez has a new book coming out in April, so that would be kind of fitting to read some of her backlog. Also, right off the bat, I'm seeing Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this one could be a little bit better, I feel like, because it's usually not strictly romance with Taylor Jenkins Reid, it's more so like women's fiction, whereas the Abby Jimenez would be more romancy. I don't know. I am also seeing Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. I absolutely love When in Rome by Sarah Adams, but I haven't really read anything else by her other than that and Practice Makes Perfect. And I didn't love Practice Makes Perfect, so I'm like, maybe I shouldn't choose this one. Alright, I think I have decided on Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid because I have read majority of her books now. I think this one and then Malibu Rising and Carrie Soto is Back are the only books I haven't read by her, and I've loved every single one, so I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. Next is most recent book purchase. I literally don't even, I don't remember the last time I bought a book. I'm gonna need a minute to think on this one. Okay, I am 95% sure that Wild Side is the most recent book I have bought. It just came out in March, and I feel like I don't remember buying any other ones in March that I didn't already read. There were some that I bought in March that I read in March, but this one I think I bought in March, and there was nothing else I bought in March and didn't read right away. That was probably a lot of just rambling. So I apologize for that. We're just gonna go with Wild Side. If this is not correct, I apologize, but I do really want to read this one, so I am glad it's what I bought most recently. Maybe. Oh, this one's gonna be tough to figure out. A fantasy book set in the real world. I'm gonna turn off the camera and go through my TBR for a bit to figure this one out. Alrighty, for that prompt, I'm gonna go with The Great When by Alan Moore, and this one says it is a new fantasy series about murder, magic, and madness in post-World War II London. This one just came out in September, I feel like. September or October? When did you come out? October. So it's fairly new. I don't think there's any more books in the series out yet, so that's why I feel fine starting it, because technically it's not a series yet. I definitely feel like this one sounds intriguing, and I'm glad we might get to it in April. Okay, the next is a book from an author you have never read before. we're gonna have a lot of contenders, guys. Okay, so like I said, there's quite a few authors on my TBR that I've never read before, but I feel like the ones standing out to me most, like I am most excited to read these, are Normal People by Sally Rooney, even though I'm a little scared for this one because the reviews are so opposite. Like, people either love it or hate it. I feel like there's no in between, so that kind of scares me a little bit, but also I'm like excited. And then we have The 100 Loves of Juliet by Evelyn Skye. This one has been on my radar for over a year at this point, so I feel like that could be good. You know what? I'm gonna go with Normal People. I feel like everyone has read this, and I have not, and I need to. Then we have a book that you have been avoiding. Probably a lot. Honestly, Normal People could have worked for that one because, like I said, I'm kind of scared to read it. Okay, one that I know for sure I have been avoiding since, like, November is Six Scorched Roses. I read A Serpent and the Wings of Night and didn't love it. Like, it was okay. Definitely not my favorite book. I feel like it was really overhyped for me personally. So I've been avoiding reading the rest of the series, but this one is a novella, I think about a different couple. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll like this one more. But I've definitely been avoiding this. And then another one I've been avoiding is The Grace Year. This one has been on my TBR since February of 2024. Like, I'm excited for it. I've heard amazing reviews. I feel like the only reviews I've heard on this one is good, but for some reason I'm avoiding it. I don't know why. But you know what? I think I'm gonna go with Six Scorched Roses because if I can knock this out and then knock out the second actual book of Serpent and the Wings of Night, then I will have a series off of my TBR. And that would make me feel really good and accomplished, even if it's not a series that I love. And the last prompt was Millionaire Romance. And yeah, I definitely have ideas for this one. Okay, I will say the two books I immediately thought of for this prompt, they're technically billionaire, but you know, at least they're over millionaire, so it's fine. But we have The Wrong Bride, and I think this one is like a marriage of convenience because this one sister is supposed to marry the billionaire, but then she doesn't show up to the wedding, so then the younger sister ends up marrying him instead. Sounds very interesting, it sounds very messy, but I think I want to go with King of Pride by Anna Huang. This is another one that has been on my TBR for forever, and again, this is a billionaire technically, but that's fine, that's fine. I mean, I would rather have a billionaire over a millionaire. I love Anna Huang. I want to try and get through this King of Sins series that she has. Even though not all the books are out, but I have books 2 through 4 on my physical TBR. And I loved King of Wrath, so I don't know why I didn't immediately continue the series. It is Anna Huang's time to shine. Alrighty, now that we have chosen all the books from the prompts, I'm going to go over the other books on my April TBR, and then I might give you a gist on the books that we chose with the TBR jar prompts. We have The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. This is my book club's book for April, and I'm very excited for this one. I've seen everyone bawl their eyes out to this book, and I feel like that's a good sign. Then we have The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. My husband got this one for me a few weeks ago, and just look at that. That is so spring. I love strawberries. So I just think this one sounds really cute. I think it is a single dad and nanny. That excites me. Then we have They Bloom at Night. This is a carryover from March that I didn't quite get to, but I still really want to read soon. A Fragile Enchantment. This is a YA romantasy, and this cover just looks like spring, so I thought it would be fitting for April. And then another carryover from March and February and January and December is Lessons in Chemistry. Again, one I didn't quite get to, but really want to pick up soon. And then for books with a one-word title, I chose Spiral, and I think this one is between a hockey player and ballerina. I mean, clearly you can tell that from the cover. I don't know, I really liked Collide because it was a romance, but also I feel like there was a lot more of an emotional connection and emotional depth to the characters and their backstories. Then we had The Long Game for a cover with animals on it. To be honest, I'm not sure what this one is about, but that's okay. I like going into my books blindly. For an author that I love, I chose Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and in this one, the main character, I think, goes to a party with her friend, And basically she has a decision to make. Does she want to go home with someone, or does she just want to like go home with her friend? And she basically gets to live these two different paths that she can choose from. So I think that sounds really interesting. I love kind of like the magical realism. And then for my most recent book purchase, we are going with Wild Side by Elsie Silver. This is the third book in the Rose Hill series, and this one is about a single mom. Well, it's technically her nephew that she like takes in, and then she marries her enemy to basically get custody of him. The Great Wen, this is a fantasy that takes place in the real world, and I think this one's supposed to be like a mystery fantasy. Normal People by Sally Rooney, again, not quite sure what this one is about. I think it's about kind of like opposites who end up dating, end up becoming friends, and then dating. Not really sure. Six Scorched Roses, another one I can't really tell you what is about, but it is an adult romantasy. And then King of Pride by Anna Huang. Again, no idea what this one's about, other than I'm sure it's gonna be spicy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel to see more of my content. Comment any videos you want to see in the future, or like I said, if you have any more TBR jar prompts for me, leave them below. And I will see you next time. Bye!